What up, kings? Hope you're well. Greetings from my village in Africa. In this video, I want to talk about how the decline of family and the declining birth rate in the West will impact the advertising business and programmatic. Unless you've been living under a rock, guys, you know what's really happening in the United States and in the West too. The UK is experiencing the same problem. Most of the West is experiencing a declining birth rate. It's similar to what's happening in South Korea. So what's happening in North Korea, or actually what's happening in Japan, is inevitable to happen in the United States. And here's what we can all expect. I like to consume a lot of YouTube videos from different parts of the world. I watch documentaries about the hikikomori over there in Japan. This generation of guys, all they do is camp out in their crib. They don't go anywhere. They watch TV. They just consume, probably play video games. They don't go to work. They don't have friends. They don't talk to anybody. They just hang out all by themselves. They're complete loners. And I'm seeing the same thing happening also to the ladies. Ladies are struggling with loneliness too. All they have now, unfortunately, a lot of these ladies, is TikTok and cats. There's a reason why the Vice President Vance made fun of what's happening in the system. We become a society that is run by miserable cat ladies, and it's real. And it's real and it's sad. But my job here is not to make fun of all these people, because all these people are victims. They're victims to a society that told them they should be doing things a certain way, and they listened like good, obedient member society they were. But they're now waking up to the reality that, wait a minute, this whole thing is a scam. This job that I have is not as fulfilling as starting a family. There's something about starting a family that makes you work for other people and be of service to the community versus being a selfish individual. We've always been an individualistic society for a long time, but now we're becoming an individualistic society but on steroids. And all these people that have been selfish for the last 20 years, they're now coming to that realization that, wait a minute, this is not the path that I really want to be on. But unfortunately, it's too late to reverse course. It's too late. This is why you're finding 40-year-old ladies complaining on TikTok that they are lonely. The guys are not complaining, because the guys, especially if you're 40, you just be like, hey, it is what it is, because guys are different. Guys still have time, and most of the guys, they're loners anyway. They're so used to being lonely. Once you get to 40 as a man, you already used to being invisible and lonely. So it's nothing new to you. In fact, by the time you're hitting 40, you are wiser than you were in your 20s, because you've been on the grind. You've been faced with non-stop challenges, loss after loss after loss, and you're now reaching a point in your life where you are comfortable with yourself, how weird you are, but the ladies not so much. So there's no one to influence or to pass down your values to if you don't have kids. And you might be a lady that is really, really brilliant, because there's so many ladies out there that are single, no husband, no kids, and they're brilliant. But they don't have anybody to pass down their brilliance to in the form of a child to nurture them and watch that kid grow and contribute to society. So all they do now is complain and consume. But that complaining and consumerism is not sustainable. You reach a point of diminishing return with that strategy. You can only consume until you're either sick of it or you're broke. And this is what's happening to a lot of these people that have been so used to consuming for the last 20 years selfishly. Now they're bored. That new Gucci bag or that trip to Cancun is not as exciting anymore in your 40s as it was when you're 25. It's not. You want something new that is more fulfilling. Human beings were not designed to be by themselves. I don't care what anybody tells you out here, because a lot of people are liars. I've come to realize this. 95% of people are full of it. This is why I don't take 95% of people seriously. Only about 5% of people I can take seriously. And in order for me to take you seriously, I need to have observed you for quite a bit to kind of see how you're moving. And then based on that, then I can either take you seriously or not take you seriously. So this movement has a major impact on the ad business and programmatic. And here's how. Every family has traditions. I'm sure if you have a family, you have all these traditions. When I was a kid, I remember my mom taking me to McDonald's to have ice cream. And that was an experience. So we had this tradition where if me and my brother did well in school, my mom would take us to McDonald's for ice cream. And almost every family has a similar tradition. It might not be McDonald's. It might be Wendy's or IHOP. You name it. For a good amount of years, I was loyal to McDonald's ice cream until I grew up, of course, and I realized, yo, McDonald's ice cream is not good for health. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays, all I do is I juice up, I drink a lot of water because I'm not the same young man anymore. But for a good 10 years, I was loyal to McDonald's ice cream. There was brand loyalty there because of that tie to my family tradition. Same thing for a lot of brands. A lot of brands right now exist because of some kind of family tradition that was passed down from the parents to the kids. So these kids became loyal to that brand. So when the commercials start popping up everywhere, they'll be like, ooh, there's a new burger at Wendy's. There's a new burger at McDonald's. I already like Wendy's, I already like McDonald's, so I'm gonna go try that new burger. But when you don't have family, this whole thing is broken. What's happening in Japan, what's happening in South Korea is coming to the West. And it's already happening right now. People are snitching on themselves on TikTok right now, in masses. So these brands that have been traditionally marketing to families, this is why you're seeing the collapse of family dining. You're seeing the collapse of certain retail brands. Toys R Us is collapsed completely. I remember I got my first toy. It was a remote control Corvette. It was a red Corvette. Back in those days, the remote control car had a cord. So I had to follow the car everywhere with the cord. You know, the little Corvette. But I love that little Corvette. Then my mom bought it from Toys R Us. So I was loyal to Toys R Us. So in addition to the ice cream at McDonald's, one of the things that I requested when I was a kid was, please, I gotta go to Toys R Us so I can get the biggest, baddest toy so I can show off to the next kid. But that doesn't exist anymore in the West. And if it does exist, it's not too many people. Because people are not having kids, people are not starting families. So it's a major, major impact on brands. In the same way, anybody that is running campaigns for any of these people, like whoever was running the Toys R Us ad campaigns for the longest lost that account because Toys R Us is bankrupt. Whoever has the Forever 21 account right now is struggling right now because they're going to lose that business. And this is going to happen over and over and over. Now, it doesn't mean that all these brands are going to go extinct. No, they won't. It just means that their footprint is going to shrink dramatically. Instead of like a Toys R Us having 10,000 stores in the United States, they might have 5 in the 5 largest cities. And everything else is going to be online because everything is already shifting online anyway. So having a physical retail location, it's just for branding purposes, really. Some people would rather go to Best Buy. And I love Best Buy, by the way. I love Best Buy. In fact, I don't know what's going on with Best Buy, but they're definitely improving a lot of their customer service now, and I love that about Best Buy. I like to go to Best Buy and just browse new phones they got in stock and everything, and then I check the price, and I go to Amazon and I order it on Amazon. It gets delivered to my house. So I use like a Best Buy as a way to kind of test out tech. And if I really want that product immediately, and I can't wait like 2 days or 24 hours for Amazon to deliver it, then I just purchase in store. Or let's say if I need a cord like this one, if I need a cord like this one, for example, for my laptop, then I just buy it in Best Buy immediately. And that's how a lot of people are behaving, because a lot of people don't want to be out there. Because people are weird nowadays. People got weird attitudes. Who wants to deal with that? And I think advertisers need to take this seriously. They need to understand what's happening. This shift is not slowing down. In fact, we haven't even reached critical mass yet. It says by 2030, 45% of Western women will be single and childless. This is not me making this up. JP Morgan put out this report 5 years ago. They already projected what was going to happen 10 years from that date. And we're halfway. And I already see the impacts already. So come 2030, this thing is about to hit critical mass, and advertisers need to be ready for this. I hope you got some value from this video. If you're interested in working with the best, this means we will do all the campaign strategy for you. We'll figure out where the money is, where your audience is, and how to target them with your brand awareness campaigns. And we'll come up with creative using artificial intelligence, AI. Yeah, we're in 2025 now. AI can create video creative and display creative. So we'll do that for you and then activate your campaigns in the DSP. Like I said, if you're interested in working with the best, schedule time. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Talk to you soon.